worry much about the names of the Pali names of the Chaitas. As you are not going to answer, to appear for the examination. But it is good not to know the Pali, the Pali a little bit, which is the language used by the Buddha. And most bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, they also have the Pali names. So when you have to remember their names, so you have to remember this Pali. So the same thing here, to know the different types of the consciousness or different types of minds. So it's better to know the name, to know the name. Now one important thing is to know when this greed-rooted consciousness arises in you. So on page the 34, we give you applications. So applications of this Abhidhamma knowledge in daily life. So sister, page 34. So here we say, from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you fall asleep at night, so you are always in contact with the five sense objects. So if these sense objects, the visible object, the sound, smell, the taste, and the touch, or tangible object, so if they are pleasant and desirable, then if you desire to get it, to enjoy it, greed-rooted consciousness will arise in you. So while you are enjoying these, the sense object with joy or with pleasant feeling, so at that time, you should know Somanasa Sagatam. Your greed-rooted consciousness is accompanied by joy or by pleasant feeling. So when you are enjoying the good food or the movie, etc., without joy, then we say your mind is not accompanied by pleasant feeling, it is accompanied by neutral feeling. And also while you are enjoying the senses, without any knowledge of karma and result, at that time you have your greed-rooted consciousness is associated with the wrong view. If you know karma and result, it is not associated with the wrong view. So if the greed-rooted consciousness arises spontaneously, so we say it is unprompted, asankharika. If it arises only after prompting by you, then we say it is asankharika. Now in the morning, you get up, you wash your face, and you look in the mirror. Whom do you see in the mirror? The most beautiful lady in the world. When you see yourself. So you look in your reflection, oh, I'm quite beautiful, so you appreciate yourself. So at that time, greed-rooted consciousness accompanied by joy will arise by billions, by billions. Then you try to comb your hair. Oh, I look better, more beautiful. So greed-rooted consciousness again. Then you apply the makeup and then the lipstick. Oh, more beautiful. So again, greed-rooted consciousness arises by billions. So remember, the consciousness can arise by billions, even in one snap of the hand. Then you put on the new dress. And you look in the long mirror there, try to turn here, turn there. Oh, very beautiful. So billions and billions of the greed-rooted consciousness. Then you came down to the dining room. So have the breakfast together with the family members and with the good coffee or with the tasty cake or something like that. So while you are enjoying the food. So again, greed-rooted consciousness arises by billions. Then you turn on the television or the music. So while you are enjoying the music or listening or watching the television, so looking at those beautiful models, so again greed-rooted consciousness arises by billions. Then you go to work. Oh, you say it is today is the payday. I'm to get the salary. So with the intention, so I will get the salary, so greed-rooted consciousness arises by billions. So when you get the money or put in in your purse, oh, you're delighted. So reduced conscious by billions again. So when you come home, so I would buy some fruits for the family, or some cake, something like that. So why you're buying with the intention of enjoying it? Again, greed-rooted conscious arise by billions. When you come home, enjoy with the family, again, greed-rooted conscious arise by billions. And finally, so after dinner, you watch the Chinese movie or Korean movies for 1 hour, 2 hours, all the time. Greed-rooted conscious arises by billions. And nowadays, I observed that. Why I was like in Hong Kong and in the Singapore, so I also try to write the MRT. So I noticed all the girls and the boys, so they are going to walk, some of them coming back from the walk. As soon as they get to the MIT, they put up the iPhone, playing this the whole time for 1 hour. So just greed-rooted consciousness by billion. So if you take stock of one day, how many greed-rooted concepts arise in you? So only greed-rooted concepts arise by many billions every day. Be careful of that. So we give you some the exercise. So if you appear for the examination, you have to answer the question. So below here. So here I give you exercise 1. Now can you name the chaita? Chaita is consciousness that is arising in a person, listening joyfully to a pleasant song without giving any thought to karma and its effect. So what would be the name of the consciousness? So from reading here, as you know, there is listening joyfully to a pleasant song. So you know it is greed-rooted consciousness. You are enjoying the song and now you have to give the full name. So if it is accompanied by joy, it is somanasa sagatam. And then without giving any thought to karma in result, so that means he has the wrong view. That is Daitikata Samyutam. And he is listening by himself without prompting himself or prompted by others. So it is asankharika lopa mula chaita. As it is greed-rooted consciousness, you have to mention it is greed-rooted lopa mula chaita. Now in exercise 2, a man is stealing a handbag after much persuasion by himself because he is aware of the immoral karma and its bad effect. What is this consciousness? So now you see he is stealing a handbag. So what would be the consciousness? If you are stealing some people's bag, so you know it's greed. Because of greed, you steal other people's bags. So you know it's greed-rooted consciousness. Now this man, why he's stealing? Is he happy during that time? He is not happy. We don't say joyfully here now. No, we say after much persuasion by himself. So that means he is prompting himself. He prompting himself. And he is prompting himself because he knows karma and its result. When he knows his karma is the result, he knows it is an immoral action. It is stealing. And the bad karma will arise and he have to suffer like in the woeful state. So when he knows that, so he didn't want to steal, but he have to persuade himself. Say your children's crying because you don't have any money to give food to them. You must steal it. You have to steal this. So in that time he has no joy. No joy. And then he knows karma in result. So what would be the name of the consciousness? So we say as he is stealing, it is greed-rooted consciousness. Greed-rooted consciousness. But this time, it is unprompted. It is prompted by himself. It is prompted, and it is accompanied by neutral feeling, no joy, accompanied by neutral feeling, and associated with the right view, because he knows karma and result. So the name of the chapter, we give on the next page, I think. So, sister. So accompanied by neutral feeling is upikha sahagadam. And associated with the wrong view, detikata vipayutam, or dissociated with the wrong view, detikata vipayutam. And prompted by himself is sankharikam, and then greed-rooted consciousness, lopa mula cheta. Now this man is committing stealing and immoral action. That bad karma can send him to the woeful state. Now if this man, he steals the bag, so without being prompted by himself, that is spontaneously, then we say his immoral mind is more active, and it bears stronger bad karma. So he have to suffer greater suffering in the woeful state. And again, if it is accompanied by the wrong view, then you have greed as well as the wrong view. So these are immoral mental factors. So when two of them, so again, your karma becomes stronger, and then you have to suffer in the woeful state for a longer period. Now as it is not accompanied by deity, and again it is not the spontaneous, so sankharika, it is weaker. The strength of this consciousness is weaker, so the karma is weaker, so he has to suffer less suffering in the woeful state. And that's the reason why the Buddha, he differentiates whether this mind, this greed-rooted mind, is accompanied by wrong view or not accompanied by wrong view. And also whether it is spontaneous, that is unprompted, or prompted, because they can bear different results. So here I mentioned 8 questions for the 8 types of the greed-rooted consciousness. So the answer you already know. There is the greed-rooted consciousness number 1, and number 2, number 3. So you can do the answer it by yourself. So if you can answer well, then you can appear for the examination and you will pass. Then we go to the next topic. So we call them anger-rooted consciousness. So dosa is anger. So whenever you are angry, or you are upset, or you are disappointed, or you are not happy, then this anger-rooted consciousness will arise. So here we give the symbol, this symbol, like say the star, instead of the positive sign. So in the positive sign we say it is somanasa sahagadam. Now this one we say domanasa sahagadam. So domanasa means painful mental feeling. So just the opposite of somanasa. Somanasa is pleasant mental feeling, and now painful mental feeling. So that means whenever you become angry, and anger-rooted consciousness arises in you, you will always have mental pain. Mental pain, painful, it is accompanied by painful mental feeling. And then patiga sambayutam. Patiga means the same thing as dosa. They have the same meaning. So sambayutam is accompanied with with anger, you can say. And then asankharika, sasankharika, the same as in the lobha mula chaita. Now you can read, no, just stop. You can read the two names now. So it becomes easy now. You can read just like you read the greed-rooted consciousness. Now we read together. So this time we say domanasa saha katam patiga sampayutam asankharikam ekam sa sankharikam ekam. So these are the two names, and the meaning we have on the next page. So the two names are not given here. So I gave you the meanings, like domanasa is painful mental feeling or displeasure. You don't have any pleasure when you have the painful feeling. And patiga and dosa, they have the same meaning, hatred, anger or ill will. So the two meanings for those two consciousness. So we say one consciousness, asankharikam is unprompted, accompanied by displeasure. So we use this, painful mental feeling or displeasure, and associated with evil. Patiga sambayutam. Patiga is, so now we use instead of anger, we use evil. And the next one, the same thing, one consciousness, and instead of unprompted, we have the prompted, sasankharika, and accompanied by displeasure and associated by evil. So whenever you feel angry, displeased, sad or depressed, dosa mula chaita, anger-rooted consciousness will arise in you. And whenever it arises, it is always accompanied by painful mental feeling or ill will. And if it rises spontaneously, you know it is unprompted one. And when it arises after being prompted, then it is not very active, the volitionally not active. Now this anger-rooted consciousness arises in you very often also. In the morning, now when you look at the mirror, you see the most beautiful lady or the most handsome person there. But when you look at your face, it is a little haggard and the pimples getting worse, so you don't like it. As soon as you don't like it, you become upset or depressed, anger-rooted consciousness will arise. Then you want to comb your hair, you cannot find the comb. Who takes my comb? Who moves it away? So you are not pleased, so anger-rooted consciousness will arise. Again, while you are combing your hair does not get into position, and it rises up like that, so you don't like it, so again you get anger-rooted consciousness. You try to apply makeup and lipstick, and it seems the lipstick is very thick, it doesn't look very beautiful. Again, you are disappointed, you get the anger-rooted consciousness again. Then you want to put on a certain dress and you cannot find the dress. Again, you get the upset and you get anger-rooted consciousness. You see the dress now, but it's not iron. Again, you are angry. Now if you look at the time, the time to go to the office is very close, so you have to rush. So while you are rushing, anger-rooted arises by billions. And then when you go again, by bus or by MRT, something like that. So the people are jammed up, you cannot get a place. You're very upset. Even when you get there, there's even no place to sit, so you're not very well. Again, you are upset. You get anger-rooted consciousness. Now, if you are late for your office, so when you enter, with fear. If you have fear, also it is anger-rooted consciousness. If your supervisor blames you, why you are late? You are always late all the last time. You should not do like this. If you are blamed like that, you feel sad the whole day. So, oh, while you're feeling sad, anger-rooted concept will be arising. So, as soon as you worry about your children or about your parents or something like that, anger-rooted consciousness arises by billions again. So, if you take notice, so there are billions and billions of anger-rooted consciousness also arise every day. So we have 2 exercises also here, quite very easy. Try to answer it now. A mother is worrying about her daughter. Now, what chaita or consciousness is arising in the mother? So if you are worrying, you are not happy. So actually you are having the unpleasant feeling at that time. So if you have unpleasant feeling or not happy, so it is the anger-rooted consciousness will arise in you. So what would be the name of the consciousness? So as he is worrying by herself without any the prompting by herself or others, so it is asankharika dosa mula chaita. So whenever dosa mula chaita arises, we say it is always accompanied by anger or patiga. So we say domanasa sahagatam patiga sambayutam asankharika dosa mula chaita. Now try to answer the second question. He further explained to his son that the son had been cheated. So the son became sad. What type of consciousness will arise in the son? So as he becomes sad, so if you are sad, you are not happy, so it is anger-rooted consciousness again. Now, whenever you get anger-rooted consciousness, it will be accompanied by painful mental feeling. So, domanasa sagatam, it is always like that. And also, it will be associated with, patiga is ill will, anger, etc., associated with anger. And this boy becomes sad only after the father explained to him. So it's not spontaneous. So it is prompted by his father actually, so it's sasankharika. So the full name would be domanasa sagatam patiga sambayutam sasankharika dosa mula chaita. We go to the next topic, ignorance rooted consciousness. So this ignorance is moha, so we call it moha mula chaita. Again, there are only 2, accompanied by neutral feeling. So the negative sign stands for upikha sagatam. And this is vichi sam, is vichikiccha sambayutam ekam. Ekam is one consciousness, accompanied by neutral feeling, and associated, sambayutam is associated. Vichikiccha is skeptical doubt. And the next one, upikha sahagatam, uddacha sambayutam ekam. So again, one consciousness, accompanied by neutral feeling and associated with. Uddacha is restlessness. The mind is restless. The meanings are given here. So vichikiccha, Kicha, skeptical doubt. That means the doubt about the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, and Karma in the result, and also the training, the threefold noble training. So, like the modern people, they have doubt about the Buddha. So we say the Buddha possesses omniscient wisdom, that he can know everything. So they don't believe it. They don't believe it. Just from the knowledge you learn today, you can know that the Buddha possesses omniscient wisdom. No, for example, about the minds. No learned people know about it. No philosopher, no psychologist, no scientist know about them, but the Buddha knew entity. New entity. So you can know that. And then when they had also doubt about the Dhamma. The Dhamma is the teaching of the Buddha. And the teaching of the Buddha are all natural truths. All natural truths. Because he knows all these natural phenomena. What is occurring, he knows. Like the karma and result, he knows all these things. So the Dhamma is the most valuable knowledge in the world. The most valuable knowledge. So we should learn them actually. But now they don't care. So they say, to get a degree from the university is important, to get a good job. And then get a good job, you have some money, then you can marry the lady you love, then you raise a family and live happily. That's all what they intend to do. So that is not enough. So if you don't know the teaching of the Buddha, we say one eye is blind. You are one-eyed man. So you don't know what is good and what is bad actually. Without the knowledge of karma and result, you don't even know what is good and what is bad. Now you may hear the name Socrates, the Greek philosopher, who is regarded to be one of the wisest men on earth. So the Greek philosopher Socrates, he admitted, I don't know what is good and bad. It is very important to know what is good and what is bad. So if you know clearly what is good and what is bad, then he said, nobody will turn his back towards the good and follow the bad. So if you know good and bad clearly, you don't perform the bad things. You will only do the good things. That is Socrates, what Socrates said. So during the time of Socrates, there are sophists who gave tuition to the rich man's sons. So what they taught, what is beneficial to you is good. What is not beneficial to you is bad. And that is not enough. Good and bad in that case is not enough. So they cannot give the right meaning because they don't know karma and its result. So in the case of the Buddha, now he defined good and bad. So the akusala means immoral, unwholesome, that means bad. And kusala means good, wholesome, good. Now he said, an action is good if it causes no harm to any living being and it brings good results to all the people. And it is bad, if it causes harm to anyone, any living being, and it brings bad results to the doer and also to the other person. So it is very beautiful actually. Not just like I say, in the other religion they have 10 commandments. They say, thou shalt not kill. So among the first commandment, thou shalt not kill. So they mean you should not kill your countrymen. But it's all right to kill other people, other people, and to kill all the animals. So the animals are created for your use, for your food. So it is all right to kill. That's not correct. You are causing harm by killing even the chicken, like the mosquito. So it's not good to kill the mosquito, the Buddha said. Because while you are killing the fish or the mosquito, anger-rooted consciousness arises by many billions. So the mosquito has to die. You are causing harm to the mosquito. So every living being loves himself or herself most, I told you, So, no, when you are killing there, you have no loving kindness to other living beings. You have anger. Now you have billions of the bad karma. And if this karma have the chance to bear result, you will be suffer in hell for many, many existences. So, no, the teaching of the Buddha is very beautiful, actually. So the time is up again, and you just try to take notes. No? Although there are only 12 immoral minds, not only 12 of them, they arise mostly, no, in the people, in the worldlings, who do not know the teaching of the Buddha and who do not know the Abhidhamma. No? So if you look at your life, no? So you notice that the whole day, no, you are living only with immoral minds. As I told you, these more modern people, as they don't pay any attention to the teaching of the Buddha, they are living only with immoral minds. So if you are living with immoral minds, when you die, where do you go? To the woeful state. No? To the woeful state. Okay.